Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Michael Vick, live on VicTube. And today I'm going to be continuing my SEC predictions series. Of course, now I'm doing the SEC West, which I've already done Alabama and LSU. So now I got to go back and do the rest of the West. Yes, so us remaining teams, we still got Texas A&M, Auburn, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Arkansas. So today I'm going to be doing Texas A&M and Auburn, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Arkansas. So now here we go. So I'll start with the Texas A&M Aggies. Of course, they're going into their fourth season with head coach Jimbo Fisher. And of course, last year they had a really good season. Yeah, they went 9-1 in an all SEC schedule, plus a bowl game. As they had 8. Yeah, they had 9 regular season games. They had a game against Ole Miss that got canceled. So they went 8-1 in the regular season. Their only loss was to Alabama, and then they finished the season by beating North Carolina in the Orange Bowl. So they were one game away from making the college football playoff last year. Of course, that loss to Alabama did end up keeping them out of the SEC championship and keeping them out of the playoffs. Anyways, now this year A&M will be looking to get over the hump and beat Alabama. Win the West, win the SEC, and make the playoffs. Can they do that? Let's find out. Yes, so they do return almost their entire offense. So they do lose their quarterback, Kellen Mond. So now redshirt freshman Haynes King is expected to start. Yeah, and then they're gonna have a strong run game, of course, with their running backs. Isaiah Spiller, he was a 1,000-yard back last year, and then he'll also be supported by running backs by A-Chain and Smith. So, and they do also bring back the tight end Weidermeyer, and wide receiver Chase Lane. So, and then on the defense, they do lose 2 starters. So they do return 19 of 22 starters. Yes, this is a loaded team. They've had 3 consecutive top 10 recruiting classes. So, anyways, now let's move on to A&M's schedule. You start out week 1 against Kent State. You have to say a MAC team. Yeah, this is an automatic win. And then week 2, they're at Colorado. Of course, last year Colorado was supposed to come to A&M, but that game got canceled, because of the pandemic, and then all the schedule, and then everyone's schedules got changed, and all the major non-conference games got canceled. So this is one that we missed out on last year. But anyway, you had to expect A&M, to win, and I don't think it'll be close. I think that A&M is just a way better team. And the next you got New Mexico. Yep, they're terrible, even for a Group of 5 team. That'll be an easy win. And then then week 4, yep, you play Arkansas at a neutral site. Yep, in AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Why this game is played at a neutral site every year, I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, and A&M has never lost to Arkansas since joining the SEC, and I don't expect that to change this year. Yeah, I have you beating Arkansas, and then next week 5, yeah, where you host Mississippi State. Yeah, I think this is a win. I think A&M is the better team here. Yeah, I think that they win at home against the Bigfoots, and then now here is the big game. Yep, week 6. Yep, you have Alabama at home. Yeah, and then both teams are gonna be undefeated going into this game. This is gonna be a top 10 matchup. So yeah, so I know this is going to shock some people, but yeah, if you saw my Alabama preview, then you know where I'm going with this. Yes, I do have A&M upsetting Alabama. So yeah, so I do think that Alabama does lose one game in the regular season, and I believe that A&M has the best chance at doing that. I mean, yep, Jimbo said that he was going to kick Saban's ass, and I'm going to believe him and pick A&M to pull off the upset. So anyway, so now moving on, and the next they are at Missouri. Yep, and I have this one as a win. Yeah, I think Missouri will be pretty good this year. I think I've already picked them. Yeah, if you saw my SEC East predictions, then you know that I have Missouri winning, coming in second in the East. I think they'll be a pretty good team. But if you also watch that video, then you know that I already have A&M beating Mizzou. Oh, anyway, and then next you host South Carolina. Yeah, this is like Arkansas. This is another team that you've never lost to since joining the SEC. Yep, your cross-division rival, South Carolina. Yeah, who you've been playing every year since 2014. Yeah, you have never lost to. Yeah, and I don't think that'll change. I think that you absolutely destroyed them last year. I think that's exactly what happens again. Next, you got your bye week. And come out of that bye week, of course, you have your last 4 games. And then here's Auburn. Yep, you have never beat Auburn at home. Yes, but I think that changes this year. Yeah, I don't think that. I think that Auburn. They won't be that good this year. So so I think this year is the right time to finally get a home win against the Tigers. So anyway, but then next you're at Ole Miss, and then this is where I think you catch your first loss, because it's on the road, and I think that Ole Miss will be pretty good this year. I know that they're going to have an elite offense. Under Lane Kiffin. The Lane train. Yes, I think that they're going to beat some teams that they're not supposed to beat, and I think one of those teams is you. So anyway, and then we've got come back home. You play Prairie View A&M. What is that? Yeah, that's a win. Yeah, you should annihilate them. And then next, so then you finish with your last game at LSU, and so I do also have you taking your second loss on the road at LSU. So anyway, so I do have you going. So I do have you. You're playing for the West, and then I'm sorry, but I do have you losing to LSU and giving the West back to Alabama. So that but but don't worry though, because my Georgia Bulldogs will avenge you and keep Alabama out of the playoffs with their second loss. So anyway, so I do have you finishing with a record of 10-2 and 6-2 in the SEC. Yeah, and you probably make a New Year's Six bowl. So anyway, yes. Now I'm going to move on to the Auburn Tigers. Yeah, we're the War Eagles. Yeah, War Tigers. So anyway, it was last year. Auburn fired Gus Malzahn. Yeah, after going 6-5. Of course, they were 6-4 in the regular season last year, and they did end up losing to Northwestern in their bowl game. You had to finish at 6-5, and then Gus fired. Of course, he is now the head coach at UCF. Oh, anyway, so then they brought in Brian Harsin, the former Boise State head coach. Yeah. So then, so they do lose a lot on offense. There was just to have bring back quarterback Bo Nix and running back Tank Bigsby. And that's about it. As you do lose your top three receivers in Seth Williams, Anthony Swartz, and Eli Stove. So almost all of your receiving yards are gone. Yes, of course they will probably have to rely heavily on the run game with Tank Bigsby, and then they also lose a few key pieces off of that defense. Of course, you do lose your one of your safeties, Sherwood, to the NFL, and also linebacker KJ Britt. And then you had one of your defensive tackle Newkirk. Yeah, he transferred to Florida, but you still bring back a lot of a lot of talent on the defense, like Owen Papo and Christian Tutt, Smoke Monday. Yeah, so I think that they're still going to have a good defense, but I think that their offense is not going to be very good. So anyways, now we'll start with we'll go into the schedule for the Auburn Tigers. So we're going to start out week 1 against Akron. Akron. Yep, one of the worst teams in FBS. I think they only had one win last year. They were like 1-5, and then 2019 they went 0-12. Yes, so one win in the past 2 seasons. Yeah, you're gonna absolutely obliterate them. And then next you've got Alabama State, an FCS team. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You should destroy them. And then at Penn State, yep, I have that as a loss. It's on the road. I think that Penn State, yes, is a really good team. I think they're going to have a bounce back year. So I have you dropping this one, and then but the good news is, next week you host Georgia State. They're a Sun Belt team. That will be an easy win. You're going to completely demolish them. And then next we got at LSU. Yep, I have that as a loss. Yeah, I have that as a loss. So I think that you haven't beat that you haven't beat LSU in Death Valley since like 2005. So don't expect that to change. I guess I do have you losing to LSU, and then here comes Georgia. Yep, here comes Georgia. Georgia's going to be a top 5 team this year. So I do have you losing to Georgia. And then next you've got your at Arkansas, and then I have this game as a loss. So that Auburn was really lucky to have won this game. Yeah, there was a bad call at the end where they were reviewing the play. So it looked like to be an illegal spike. When Bo Nix spiked the ball, it appeared to be backwards. It appeared to be a backward spike, like a backwards pass, which should have been ruled as a fumble. So then Auburn probably shouldn't have gotten a chance to kick a field goal, win the game. I think that doesn't happen this year. I think this year I have Arkansas beating you. And next you've got your bye week. This is a good place for a bye week. With 5 games remaining. And you have Ole Miss at home. I think that you probably get what will probably be an upset win against Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is going to have a really good offense this year, like they did my mom last year. I really believe that Ole Miss's my mom defense will be a liability, though. Yeah, like it was last year. So, and then like last year, I have you beating Ole Miss again. So, and then next, you're at Texas A&M. Yeah, that's a loss. I already said that. I think that A&M is going to be really good this year. I think they're a top 10 team. I have them beating Alabama. So, and I have them beating you as well. As I just said when I was going through A&M schedule. So anyway, and then Mississippi, and then you come home to play Mississippi State, and have you getting a win over the Bigfoots, and then we got and then you're at South Carolina. And of course, you lost to South Carolina last year, so this is a revenge game. Yeah, and I think you get the win, and then you finish out the season against Alabama in the Iron Bowl, and I have that as a loss. Yeah, even though it's in Jordan-Hare, and you've won 3 in a row. I just think that you're not that good this year, though. I think those Auburn teams that it's me 2 in a row. Yeah, 3 of the last 4 in Jordan-Hare. I think those were a lot better teams than those teams that beat Alabama recently. So anyway, so that means I have you going 6-6, yeah, and 3-5 in the SEC. Yeah, I think this is going to be a pretty rough season. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see y'all again. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.